Welcome to the Property Elite podcast. I'll be your host, Jen Lehman, chartered surveyor and co-founder of Property Elite. Stay tuned each week for more on industry hot topics, market updates and new RICS guidance.
In this week's blog, we look at the new RICS Professional Standard Valuation of Medical Centres and Surgery Premises, the third edition. This replaces the previous guidance, second edition, published in 2010. As a professional standard, this is essential knowledge for any valuers involved in the valuation of this specific asset type. It does not, however, apply to valuations carried out under statutory provisions or of private healthcare properties, for example, nursing or care homes. You can read the full guidance on the RICS website. When is the professional standard effective from? The 1st of August 2025. What does the professional standard say about the NHS framework and structure for primary care premises? The professional statement initially discusses various types of primary care premises. These are defined under the NHS framework to include GP contractors, non-GP services, primary care premises, and new, extended or refurbished premises. It then moves on to cover the primary care policy of the Department of Health and Social Care, NHS Local Improvement Finance Trust, General Medical Services, contractor premises costs, and other NHS controls over rent reimbursement. What else does the professional standard cover? The professional standard covers the following topics: British Medical Association guidance, sustainability and ESG, valuations for partnership purposes, primarily applying to GP surgeries, valuations for loan security purposes, valuations of investment properties, valuations of LIFT schemes, design and specification in the context of relevant legislation and NHS policy, co-located pharmacies. What does the professional standard say about valuation basics? The appropriate basis of value will usually be market value, as defined in VPS 2 of the Red Book Global 2025. Specific considerations in this context include likelihood of continued use in the short, medium and long term, compliance with design guidance and impact on value, obsolescence, comparable rental evidence and analysis, top-up supplements, capital input and legal charges, restricted use, and potential availability of rent reimbursement through the NHS, although no account should be taken of individual contractual arrangements, for example, actual cost rent. What does the professional standard say about measurement? Valuers should apply the RICS Code of Measuring Practice 6th edition for this asset type. This represents a departure from IPMS all buildings. The two primary measurement bases are gross internal area, GIA, used when calculating rent reimbursement by PCOs in England and when analysing NHS LIFT payments, and net internal area, NIA, used for most other purposes. When measuring NIA for a medical or surgery premises, additional areas need to be included: changing place rooms, baby changing facilities and other ancillary accommodation for the benefit of patients, additional protected fire escape areas, additional WC provision for patients, clinical waste storage, additional cleaners' rooms for the management of infection control, shower and locker rooms, and shared circulation or corridor space. Appendix A includes helpful floor plans to help you understand the additional areas that you may need to include in NIA. Of course, it's then up to you, the valuer, to decide how you value each element of the building. What does the professional standard say about inspection? The professional standard lists additional considerations when inspecting medical or surgery premises. These include car parking, ambulance bays, access requirements, fixtures and fittings, room sizes and compliance with legislation, permanent circulation areas, link areas, flexibility and future adaptability, and lifts. Where can I read more? Head to the RICS website to read a RICS Property Journal article on these changes.
Thanks for listening to the Property Elite podcast this week. Head to our website to check out our full blog, free and paid support resources and services, free consultation for every single RICS APC and ASOC RICS candidate, and also ask us any questions you have via the website chat blog. See you next week.